So I'm watching some girl's TikTok about how she's child-free and she's happily living her life.
Hey guys, I definitely want you guys to go finish watching her video because she made a really good point. The only thing I'm going to touch on with this idea of with child-free lifestyle and people that don't want kids or think about legacy and stuff like that, let me just give you a little bit of insight. Now, when it comes down to these things, you got to put together a few different things in place. Yes, you got to think about your dime. You got to have proper protection in place for your dime. Meaning that, yes, you may not have kids, but you may have someone that's the next kin in line. You may have siblings, you may have nieces, you may have nephews. And if you don't have the proper protection in place to protect your debts, you may not need income replacement. But what if you have a mortgage on a house that you want to leave behind for someone and you want it to be paid off? Maybe educational planning for a godchild or your nieces or nephew or things like that. So having those proper protection in place is very important because you got to plan for two events in your lifestyle. Number one, you got to plan for if you die too soon. And number two, you got to plan for if you live too long. So if you die too soon, that's why you got to have proper protection in place for your dime. But if you live too long, you got to plan for if you encounter any sickness during your retirement years. So that's why it's important to have long-term care in place just in case if you get sick during your retirement. And if you never get sick, you want to make sure that you have tax-free money coming into you during your retirement years. Because paying taxes during your retirement years is definitely not in your best interest. So yes, you may not have to go through the whole childbearing procedures, and you may not need a child in order to leave a legacy. But definitely having the proper protection in place for if you die too soon, if you live too long, is very important. Who really needs kids when you have money to take care of yourself? Considering the fact that the average long-term care costs around $61,000+ per year, and that's for home health aid. And if you want to be in a nursing home in a private room, that's about $108,000+. So considering the fact that you may need anywhere from $600,000 to $1.2 million on an average, and that's just for 10 to 20 years of care. So you may not want to have kids, but you definitely want to plan for if you die too soon, if you live too long. Now everybody needs kids to be taken care of. You just need money. Once you got money, you'll be all right.